Hi guys, Kichu64 here, and today we're talking about the physical media release for Ninja Turtles coming to 4K from Arrow, which is just around the corner on December 15th. And being a big Ninja Turtles fan, I've been wanting this one. I have been hoping for a 4K release for the last few years. The beginning of this year, I was talking about it in a video. I was like, I hope we get a 4K release this year because it's the anniversary of the first movie. Come to find out, months later, they did officially announce it. Now we're getting it here at the end of the year. Obviously, big Turtles fan. You can see all the turtles I put behind me just for this video. But in this video, we will talk about the options that are available. We'll look at the price points. We'll look at the restorations of 4K film. We'll look at the tchotchkes, the things that are included here, the packaging, everything you pretty much want to know about this release. I'm going to try and cover here in this video. So with all that said, let's go ahead and jump into the video. All right, the first option we're going to look at is the basic option, which has a Blu-ray option as well as a 4K option. If you go through Arrow, the Blu-ray is $65, the 4K is $70. However, right now, as of filming this video, I saw that both Walmart and Amazon have it marked down to $59 for the 4K, which is a great deal. You're getting all three movies. That's $20 a movie for the 4Ks. You're getting nice packaging, all these tchotchkes and everything else. That's a steal, in my opinion. So if you are interested in this one, maybe pre-order that one at the $59 price tag, because I don't think it's going to get any lower than that. It's a pretty good deal. All right, so let's move into looking at the actual packaging. You open up the box, you can see this really nice art here. Now, this is art that was specifically commissioned for this release by Arrow, done by the artist Florey. Now, Florey, I've seen do some other posters in the past over the years. Like, I recognized the name a little bit, because honestly, I really do dig, artist interpretations of classic movies with new poster designs, and his is definitely ones I had seen in the past, and he had done a Ninja Turtles one in the past, so I recognized it pretty fast when I saw this art. But again, this was specifically for this release. Real quick, let's look at some of his other stuff so you can kind of get an idea what his style is. So some stuff that he's done that I think is really cool. He did The Thing with John Carpenter, one of my favorite movies. I really like the heavy contrast here with the red and the blue. He also did the Batman, definitely a Norse style with the gold pops here. Really cool. He's also did, being a Star Trek fan, I did a Star Trek First Contact poster, which I thought was really cool. I love the colors and everything here, the layouts. He also did Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan, completely different color design. These are both like really cool. Like, I really want these posters. And he also did Escape from New York. Again, like good color pops here, good color choices and the layout. He did Jaws, one of my favorite movies as well. And then he also did a Ninja Turtles poster. Now, he did this one, I don't know how long ago. I believe that this has been out. I know this has been out for years because I recognized it immediately. I actually wanted to get a poster of this a few years ago. I never got around to it. I think Sideshow had it. But anyway, I'm pretty sure Arrow saw that this poster was out there and probably contacted him and commissioned him to do specific art for this based on this poster. So anyway, I just thought that was cool. I just wanted to show some of his other posters he had done. But with that said, let's go ahead and jump back into the actual release here and look at some of the other tchotchkes and things that are included in this packaging. Again, this is what his art looks like for this, and you would think that this would be for the exclusive release, but no, this is the basic release. And if for whatever reason you don't like these covers, you can flip them around. They are reversible. It's the same thing as what Arrow did with the recent Mask, and they've done it in the past. So you got the black cover here, but you can take it out and you can flip it around and put that in there and then have a different cover. So I don't see an image of those online. It just says that it has the original poster, the reversible with the original posters. So you can kind of get an idea of what they probably are going to look like as an alternative option if you don't like that. So let's zoom out and look at all the tchotchkes. That's right. Look at all of the tchotchkes here. It's kind of crazy. So first up, you've got this Roy's booklet. Now, again, this is like the Mask. If you want to get an idea what this book looks like, it's probably going to be similar to the one that was for the Mask. Really nice. It's very hefty. Like, this is not a cheap book. Can you hear that? I don't know if the mic's picking that up, but anyway, I just wanted to share with you guys that this is not some cheap book. Really, really nice, colorful pages in here, some heft to it, some hefty card stock. So that's probably going to look the same. It's going to be the same size and everything else. So that's what that looks like. And then there's also a poster, which again, the mask included a full-size poster as well. I probably should have measured this out ahead of time. I don't believe it says how big the poster is on here. No, yeah, I don't see any listing for how big the poster is. So I will measure this one and then have it somewhere down here in the notes, so you can get an idea, because most likely the Ninja Turtles poster is going to be about the same size. As you can see, it's a pretty good size poster. It's a pretty good size poster, not small at all. And that's obviously of the first movie. And then also says it has a map or the scroll from TMNT 3. So that's kind of cool. You don't see it here. I assume it's that brown. You can kind of see it behind the main poster. I don't know why they didn't show it. I guess because it just didn't fit in their like layout that they had made. Or maybe they tacked it on afterward and they're like, oh, well, we can just kind of put an outline here in the corner. So, and there's also 2 smaller posters here. Again, I don't have any confirmation that it is this size, but it's just kind of my guess, because I don't see it listed anywhere what size posters are. It looks like these are probably 2 smaller posters, just judging from the image of Ninja Turtles 2 and Ninja Turtles 3. You got a little loyalty pizza card, which is cool. And you got trading cards of 8 characters here. You got the Turtles, you've got Splinter, Shredder, April O'Neil, and Casey Jones. And I like how on the April O'Neil trading card they included both actresses who played April O'Neil, one from the first movie and the other one from 2 and 3. And then you've got some stickers here with the Ninja Turtles. So you got a lot of little cool tchotchkes in here. It's got to be a pretty good box set. And one of the other things I really like about this is that all of the movies have individual 4K boxes. They didn't try and cram all these discs into a cheap little digibook or anything like that. I love having individual packaging for all of these movies. So that's really cool as well. So obviously I'm very hyped on this release. So let's move into the other option that's available, which is the Arrow exclusive set through their website. The only way to get that, which does have a Blu-ray option as well as a 4K option. And it's $65 for the Blu-ray. It's $70 for the 4K. Same thing as the basic release. You have your options. Now, what are the differences here? Everything's the same. Special features, specs, tchotchkes, everything else. The only difference here is the art and for the individual movies and the outside box art here. You can tell this is more of a comic book style. Why? It's because the artist that they commissioned for this one is named Matt Frank. Now, I was familiar with Matt Frank from some of the Godzilla comic books that he had done. I believe he also did Power Rangers crossover. I was trying to find, because I have some of his comic books with his covers. But honestly, I spent like 5 minutes and I was like, I could sit here for an hour trying to find this. I'm not going to bother looking through all my comic books to try and find it. I need to reorganize everything. But regardless, he does comic book art style, and this is what his stuff looks like. Obviously, very different than what Florey does. Florey's definitely a movie poster artist, I would say, whereas Matt Frank is a comic book artist. I won't say one is better than the other. It's basically all just based on preference. My preference, I like movie poster art for cover art more so than comic book art. So I prefer Florey's design for the basic release over Matt Frank's here. Now, Matt Frank's other stuff, just real quick, I just wanted to showcase a few other things that you may have seen of his after I click through here. Okay, you can see this Ninja Turtles cover that he did with Gamera. That's cool seeing the Ninja Turtles with Gamera, something that I never even thought I'd see. I didn't even know this comic was out. I don't think there was a Gamera Ninja Turtles crossover. I know there was one with Godzilla, I believe. And here's a Power Rangers Ninja Turtles crossover that he did the cover for as well. You can see in this Godzilla that he did. He's really good at cramming a lot of characters into single frames. And I love the way he does the creatures and stuff like that. I think he's a great, comic book artist. These are great covers that make me want to pick them up if I was walking through the shelves. You can see Godzilla here with the Power Rangers. Look at this Dragon Zord worn his armor for the Godzilla. Just some really cool stuff like that. Obviously, just a regular Ninja Turtles cover here. So that's some of the stuff that he has done. And it does say online that the art was commissioned and done by Matt Frank as well as Roberto Rivera Padro. But and I was kind of confused. I was like, well, is Roberto's art on the flip side? But no. I've dug into it a little bit more because I was very confused. Apparently, Matt Frank did the art, and then Roberto did the colors. I don't know who did the inks, But regardless, again, this is kind of like how comic books a lot of times are done. You have people who do who draw the art, and then you have other colorists and inkers, and sometimes the pencilist does the ink, and sometimes the colorist does the ink. So I don't know who does what here. But anyway, that's why two are listed here, because the art is by both of them.
You gotta know what a crumpet is to understand cricket.
And as I said before, everything else is the same on the inside. Definitely comment and let me know what art is your preference. If you like Florey's, or if you like Matt Frank's stuff, the more comic book style, or the posters. Again, if you don't like either of them, you can just reverse them out and have the regular movie posters. So that concludes the packaging options. Technically, there's just two different packaging options. You've got the basic release as well as the Arrow. Technically, it's four options, because you got the Blu-ray and 4K for each one. But that concludes everything with the packaging. Let's move on to the special features and the specs. First, we'll look at the specs. So these are new 4K restorations of the movie. The first movie is a 4K restoration from the original camera negative, whereas Ninja Turtles 2 and 3 is from the 35 millimeter interpositive. There is a new Dolby Vision HDR. There is a new Dolby Atmos mix included here, and I will put all the specs over here so you can read them while I'm looking at this. So, Arrow does really good with their 4K restorations. It's got to be a big improvement over, the Blu-ray, which is what I had before. The Blu-ray was a step up over the DVD, obviously, but these never really looked that great to me. So I'm really looking forward to this one, especially as a Ninja Turtles fan. So those are the specs. Now let's look at the special features, which I think is the biggest highlight here. If it's not the packaging, it's definitely the special features. Because again, as far as I know, this is like one of the last releases that was put out, and anything like special features that have been put out is like basically non-existent. I don't think this has anything. I think it may have like theatrical trailer and like an image gallery, and that's it. So there's really not much in there. So everything here is basically new. It's not like you have archival stuff they can put in there, but I will look at everything that is included here that's new. So first up, you've got a brand new commentary with director Steve Barron. You got a brand new commentator by Dave Baxter, who's apparently a comic book expert and podcast host. I've never heard of him. Anyway, we've got Rising When We Fall, a new film interview with Steve Barron, the director. Turtle Talk with several actors. We've got O'Neill on the Beat with the actress who plays April O'Neil in the first movie. Wet Behind the Shell with interview producer Simon Fields. Beneath the Shell, you've got like the puppet coordinators, which I think is probably one of the things I'm most excited to see, me personally. You've got Ninja Turf, which is a newly filmed featurette on the film locations in New York City and North Carolina. There's also an alternate UK version of the movie that you can actually just watch a whole movie that's a UK version, which I didn't even know existed. Apparently, the UK version has some unique footage that was prepared for censorship reasons. So apparently, there's a few things that are a little bit different, and maybe some things that are taken out. I don't know why you'd want to watch a censored version of the movie, but if you grew up in the UK and that's the one you grew up watching, perhaps that's the one your preference is. There's also an alternate ending from a VHS work print, which I didn't know was a thing. Alternate Korean footage, which I didn't know was a thing. And I know the theatrical trailers and image galleries are archival. They aren't listed here, but I'm confident that those are the same things that were released on the previous ones. Now, moving on to Ninja Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze. Again, 4K restoration of the film from the 35 millimeter interpositive. Brand new commentary from director Michael Pressman, moderated by filmmaker Jillian Wallace Horvat. John Du Perez to the rescue. I'm pretty sure I'm butchering all these people's names. I'm sorry if you're watching this and you know how to say these, or if this is actually your name. I'm sorry I butchered it.
I'm sorry.
I'm not very good with names. We also got Hardcore's newly filmed interview with Kenny Wilson. I really wish that they had done an interview with Ernie Reyes Jr. I thought that I remembered him talking about it. I met Ernie Reyes Jr. Last year at a convention. I thought I remembered him talking about the fact that he had filmed something for the special features, but I don't see him listed anywhere on here for the special features.
Are you blind? Are you blind?
Quick correction, Ernie Reyes Jr. is included on the special features. I just completely missed it. He is listed, so just a quick correction. All right, back to the video. There's a Behind the Shells and Archival featurette from 1991, A Secret of the Edit, a newly filmed interview with the editor, and then for Ninja Turtles 3, which is one that not a lot of people like. You know, but it's still got some charm to it. It's not as good as the first two. The first one's the best one. Ninja Turtles 2 is like a fun romp. I love Tokar Razor. Ninja Turtles 3, I watched quite a bit as a kid, but like as I got a little bit older, I remember as I got like 10 to 11 and I started to be more critical about movies, I was like, I don't think this is very good. And why do the turtles look stupid? Because Jim Henson didn't do the puppetry for the third film, if I remember correctly. But it's one that I haven't really watched in a while. But anyway, we've got brand new commentary by Stuart Gillard. We've got Daimyos and Demons, Rebel, a newly filmed interview with actor Vivian Wu. Alternate UK opening, which I didn't know there was an alternate UK opening. I wonder if that was for censorship reasons like the first one was. And then there's theatrical trailer and image gallery. I'm pretty sure all the theatrical trailers and image galleries for all three of these are archival stuff that was included in the previous Blu-ray stuff. I'm not 100% sure. It doesn't say that, but that's my guess. So yeah, a lot of really awesome special features here in this release. Arrow definitely went all out here. The fact that you can get this for $60 on 4K with all the tchotchkes, new 4K restorations, the special features. I'm really excited. Like, I hope that this lives up to the hype that I'm hyping myself up in. But this could be number one on my releases for the year when I do that video the end of December. So let me know what your preference is, what art you prefer, if it's the Arrow exclusive or the basic release, or if you're just going to use the original movie posters and just flip out the sleeves and use those. Kind of let me know. I'm always interested to see like what art styles people have, because a lot of art I think is subjective, what your preferences are. So I went with the basic release. I already pre-ordered it. I ordered the basic release, and I did it through Amazon, which did the price match down to $59. So I'm really hyped about that. Hopefully I didn't go off on too many tangents on this video. It's been a while since I've been this excited about a release like this. Obviously, I've been excited about a few releases this year, but this one's definitely tops the charts for me personally, and I try not to go off on too many tangents, and I'll try and edit this down and try and stick to just the specs and the facts and everything else here in this video. But I want to thank everybody for sticking around on this video. Thank you, subscribers. All of you are awesome, and if you like this video, please like, comment, share, subscribe. Do all the YouTube stuff or don't. I'm not a beggar. I'm Geetrue64, and I'll always tell you the truth.